Hey there, Tube Nights. It's your friendly neighborhood Flash in the Pan. In another mag painting video. I apologize for the fan noise, but it is summer here in North Texas, and it is 92 degrees in the garage currently. So you can either watch me sweat with no noise, or I can sweat a little less with the noise. Honestly, for my sake, you're just gonna have to live with it. So going back to more magazine painting. This is another one of the magazines that my outstanding neighbor gave me before he left for the Philippines. I don't think he's there yet, but he's obviously preparing to do so. So there's going to be probably a bunch of these coming up. This is going to be a variation of that other one that we did. That's going to be like, so this is, the first one I did was going to be the standard camo paint. This is going to be my, my favorite, my Tiger Stripe. So it'll be the same base though. So it'll be my tan base with the high spots taped off afterwards, but obviously before I can put on my tan base, I still have to put my Tiger Stripe bits down, at least for, ooh, no, but my Tiger Stripe starts off with a brown. Man, I'll have to think about this a little bit more. Maybe I'll do the same thing. That's what I'll do. I'll do Coyote. Obviously, still got to put my black stripes down. Put black stripes down, do tan, khaki, then I'll tape off the high spots, the ridges. Then I'll paint it brown, and then I'll do my second layer, my little ripped pieces. Of course, those will be drastically smaller because we're only working in the squares. And then we'll do our green bedazzled throughout. So let me get this taped up for the stripes, and then we'll do our base coat. I'll bring you back after I get the high ridges taped off, just as a check-in spot. Sounds good. Stick around. Okay, so this is what I've come up with for just the obviously the base coat, where our black is going to remain. Something that's going to be tricky I didn't think about initially is on any of the spots that overlap. So in other words, I'm going to have to tape all this off and then cut it out, but I need this tape to stay where it is, at least on the recessed parts. So it's going to be interesting to try and pull that tape back off, like the next layer that goes on top. It's going to be interesting to pull that off and keep these pieces there. And maybe I didn't think this through. We're going to push ahead and see what happens. If it becomes too crazy, then we'll figure something out. The fun thing about painting is that if you mess it up, you can just paint over it. I see I follow a couple of pages on Facebook that's like Rattle Can Gang, stuff like that, where, you know, people share all their rattle can paint jobs and stuff like that. And I see it pops up all the time. What do you guys use to remove paint? I'm like, I don't understand the question. You don't remove paint. You just paint over it. Just go over the next layer. Why not? I guess if that's your thing, do it. But for me, man, I think you guys saw the first when I tried hydro dipping, or that whole fiasco, which turned out horrible. Man, I just kept going over the top. Like, forget it. It's not gonna happen. Spend more time doing that than just painting over it with a fresh base coat. Anyways, speaking of base coat, we're gonna get our tan on here, and then tan. And then we'll see if I can do the other part. We'll figure that out. Thank you. Stick around. Okay, so moving along in our gridded Tiger Stripe thing. Nobody stopped me from doing this. You guys didn't speak up. I didn't hear a single one of you, but my normal base coat for Tiger Stripe is brown instead of tan. But we're gonna go with it. So I've got, you can see, all of my grids cut out. So I'm gonna do my other little kind of holy pieces, where the bigger Tiger Stripe stuff that I like to do anyway on my, what is that, 3.0 and 4.0 versions. I'm gonna try and do that, but on a smaller scale, because obviously we're working just inside these grids now instead of the whole magazine. And again, man, this is just for giggles. I got some spare mags. It's fun to play around. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some bigger pieces that I like to put little holes in and make them split and break up the pattern a little bit more. obviously within our little grids, and then we'll just do green and brown, wow, green and brown in kind of my normal haphazard way to just kind of break it up and see how she looks. So stick around. All right, we got results on our kind of grid tiger stripe thing. Results are meh. This is how she turned out. You can see our tan grids there. You can see the pattern on the inside of those grids is okay-ish. I almost think, man, I don't know what I think. I think the grids have to be a different color. I don't know what that color should be. If we should eliminate one of our other colors and just leave the grid a single color, and then everything else can be a different color, that does reduce the number of colors we have in our actual tiger stripe pattern. I don't know, we'll have to play around with this one. So we'll call this like Grid Tiger Stripe 1.0, something like that. And got a couple more of these laying around, and I know how much you guys love watching me paint magazines. So I will probably try another one, and then, well, bring you back and try another one. But I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next one.